everyone, I am Miss Hu, your physics teacher. In this video, we are going to go through how to analyze planetary data. Now this video is going to be a really short one because I'm only going through what needs to be learned for the IGCSE Physics syllabus. So we're going to be learning in general about planetary data, but we won't do any actual analysis here. To do the analysis, I would rather go through past year questions and I will create separate videos for that. So for now, this is merely an overview of what you need to know for your examinations. So what you need to know for IGCSE is how to analyze and interpret planetary data about orbital distance, orbital duration, density, surface temperature, and uniform gravitational field strength at the planet's surface. So this is all you need to know to prepare for your IGCSE Physics examinations. Over here, we have the table of data of the properties of the 8 planets that are in our solar system. So as you can see, orbital distance, orbital duration in days or years, the density, which is an approximate value because we don't know the actual value, right? So it's an approximate density of the planets, the surface temperature, and the uniform surface gravitational field strength. So what do they mean when we need to be able to analyze and interpret the data? So it's not about knowing the numbers. You are not required in any way to memorize these numbers. That's insane. The data will be given to you, but you need to be able to look at the numbers and analyze and come up with a conclusion. So, for example, if we were to look at the planets and all the characteristics, you may be asked, for example, to find a relationship between the distance of the planet from the Sun with the orbital duration. So looking at the orbital distance would be the distance of the individual planets from the Sun, and compare that to the orbital duration. So let's look at the trend of the numbers. As you can see, when the orbital distance increases, the orbital duration also increases. And that should make sense, because the further away the planet is from the Sun, the greater the distance it has to travel in that circumference of the orbit. So the orbital duration, which is the time to make one complete orbit around the Sun, obviously it will be longer. Another relationship could also be orbital distance with the surface temperature. And as you can see from the numbers as well, there's a trend of increasing orbital distance with decreasing surface temperature. And again, this should make sense because the further away the planet is from the Sun, the colder it is, right? Because you're further away from a heat source, obviously it's going to be colder. So these are the kind of conclusions they may ask you to come up with. That means you need to find a relationship. Or they may ask you to predict something. For example, the question might have gaps in certain cells and you need to be able to predict the numbers in there. So how you predict the numbers again depends on your ability to analyze and come up with the relationship of the two different variables. So I'll cover this in more detail with the review of past year questions. For now, this is merely an overview, and we have come to the end of this video. So if you found this video to be educational and helpful, please click like and subscribe for more physics lessons by your physics teacher, Miss Ho. If you found this video helpful, do help me keep making free educational video lessons, especially lab practicals. Donations are welcomed at coffee.com/physicsrocks. If you'd like access to notes, quizzes, and syllabus updates, do visit my website at physicsrocks.com. Happy studying!